Hello, welcome to Outside Xbox and some brand new gameplay from the Xbox One version of Formula 1 2016. I think even die-hard fans of F1 would admit it's the nerdiest sport around. Yes, there's a driver in there somewhere, but he's operating a 200 mph supercomputer riddled with engine modes, active aerodynamics and a boost button. Just starting one of these things is like launching a space shuttle. The thing is, for nerds, all this stuff is part of the appeal. I like the fact I have some weird techie stuff to concentrate on as Lewis Hamilton circulates in the lead for 2 hours, but F1 games have usually struggled to make those elements of the sport meaningful. F1 2016 looks like it's going to fix all that. Here are 6 reasons it's the nerdiest F1 game yet.
I assume that all sounds fine. Well then, good luck this season, and I'll catch you later.
First of all, good news. Career mode's back, and if you see fit, you can play it for 10 whole seasons. Well, 10 consecutive versions of the 2016 season, 210 races in total, making it a bit like a really long, globe-trotting Groundhog Year. Still, at least in between those races you get to hang out in your chosen team's Swish hospitality unit, keeping an eye out for F1 and broadcast personalities like commentators David Croft and Anthony Davidson. The game has even included team principals like Maurizio Arriva-Bene and Toto Wolff. You'll also have an agent to tell you off when you don't perform well enough, which if you're me is all the time, and a chief engineer who has a massive face but really tiny hands. Must make working on suspension geometry easier or something. You can choose your preferred team from the very start, but obviously the bigger the team, the more exacting their performance requirements will be. I'll be choosing Haas because during Sunday's race in Hungary, I heard David Croft say the turbulent air coming from Romain Grosjean's Haas, and I haven't stopped laughing since. One of the problems about running a full career is you probably want to practice the circuits a bit before you jump straight into qualifying, stack it at the first corner and find yourself plumb last on the grid. But practice sessions are boring, or at least they were until now. For F1 2016, Codemasters has introduced 3 activities that you can busy yourself with during practice sessions: qualifying performance test, tyre wear test and track acclimatization test. Because of the new time of day effects, those free practice sessions happen at the proper times as well, meaning you'll have to contend with low sun at certain races, and you'll get to see places like Singapore in daylight. We can't spoil that for you here because the preview version we played didn't have Singapore in it. The reason we do these practice activities? Well, they'll help the game come up with an optimum tyre strategy for you for the race, just like in real life, and they'll also earn you research points, which can be fed into making your car quicker around the circuit. It's a bit like XCOM, except we've yet to see Esteban Gutierrez eaten by a 6-foot snake woman.
Safety car deployed. The safety car has been deployed.
F1 2016 isn't the first time the safety car has appeared in a Codemasters F1 game, but after it disappeared in 2015's leap to current-gen consoles, there was outcry. Yes, we F1 fans are the sort of people who do want to drive slowly around behind a road car without overtaking for 3 to 5 laps. Where it gets really nerdy though is that Codemasters have even modelled the actual physics of the AMG Mercedes safety car so that it looks right when it hops over the curbs. That's the sort of attention to detail usually paid by serial killers in police procedural dramas and Warhammer model painters. I'm not saying there's crossover there, but just watch yourself, okay? Per the rules this year, there's also a virtual safety car in the game now as well, but where's the fun in that? You can't watch an imaginary car hop over curbs, can you?
Green flag, we're racing again.
If you thought that was niche and nerdy, wait until you learn that the formation lap is now playable in the game as well, which you just learned, because I just told you. It's totally optional, but if you want to spend the formation lap bringing your tyres up to temperature for a more rapid getaway, you can. The AI assumes control at the final corner to make sure you actually line up in your correct grid spot, but any gains in tyre and brake temperature are yours to keep in the run down to turn 1. Oh, and no, it's not available in multiplayer because can you even imagine the mess? There's been a ton of talk this season in the real sport about how difficult it is to get a clean start off the grid in a car as complex as a modern F1 racer. Now you too can experience the crushing disappointment as you fail to balance your revs on a razor's edge and get swallowed up by the pack on the run down to the first corner. Or better yet, when you accidentally release the A button, jump the start hilariously early, and because you know you're going to get slapped with a drive-through penalty either way, just YOLO it off into the distance. Hey, that's the closest Sauber has gotten to a constructor's point all year. I'm assuming if you've made it this far into the video, that joke made sense to you.
And here are our podium drivers today after that excellent race. They've excelled here, as they so often do, and it's a well-deserved victory. Mercedes, then, are on top today.
Finally, because of recent Mercedes dominance, Formula One has now essentially become a soap opera portrait of the slow, poisonous death of a once close friendship between Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg. Naturally, that's reflected in the game's revamped Rivals system, which tasks you not just with beating your teammate in races, but utterly demoralising him by lapping faster and qualifying higher as well. Beat the guy on the other side of the garage enough times and you'll be racking up more R&D points than him too, meaning you get first dibs on the latest technology. Once you've crushed his spirit like a baby bird beneath the wheels of a monster truck, the game will assign you a new rival from another team and ask you to thoroughly spoil his day too. How long before we get the option to tie your rival's shoelaces together and urinate in his helmet before his final qualifying run? Keep an eye on Lewis and Nico's behaviour this Sunday to find out, I guess. So there you go, Codemasters has managed to take the very nerdiest bits of Formula One as a sport and turn them into interesting, compelling gameplay mechanics in F1 2016. As a result, we're the most excited we've been about an F1 game since 2013. But what do you make of F1 2016? And more importantly, whose life are you looking forward to ruining in the Rivals system? Let us know in the comments and like and subscribe for more from Outside Xbox. See you next time.
Are you alright? Engine off, engine off.